Hi everyone, welcome to the episode 2. Today we are looking at the second episode of our podcast, which is on how to move from resistance to resilience. The first podcast was about understanding what resistance and resilience mean. But today we are looking at a very important aspect of this, which is mindfulness. We're looking at why it is so important to have absolute mindful connections in our life. See, if we are struggling with resistance in our daily life, even for our self care, even to do our routine, even to do very simple tasks, you want to, for example, say, I want to stop watching TV, but you have so much resistance even to get up from your place, take the remote, switch it off, get off the couch, go and do something else. So much resistance in every step of the way. It means mentally you are affected. Mentally you are affected. The only way you can come out of this entire resistance is to practice mindfulness based techniques. Today, let's explore 5 powerful consciousness based methods that can shift your mindset, reduce your stress, and enhance your emotional well being. So, these are 5 techniques for 5 different purposes, right? One is to shift your mindset, reduce your stress, and the other one is to enhance your emotional well being. They're all good for beginners. If you're even see, sometimes people who have practiced or who are practicing advanced techniques should come back and revisit the basics, because basics absolutely help everybody to be in tune with what you need to achieve. So, from that space, let us now visit these 5 techniques. These 5 techniques help you to build your inner strength. It will help you to navigate your life challenges. It doesn't make your challenges go away, but it will help you to get that strength, that confidence, and you can face your life challenges with much more ease. So, what are the 5 techniques we're going to talk about? First one is silent sitting. Second one is friendliness to self. Third one is humming meditation. Fourth one is cultivating a mindful move. And the fifth one is becoming still. So, how are we going to practice all these techniques? So, let me explain why we need to do this. Because the more mindful we get, the better our mental health is. It will reduce anxiety. It will promote joy. It will make you connect with what you want deeply. It will make you focus on achieving the goals of your life for yourself. And you can build emotional resilience just by practicing this. If you feel all this is too much for me, then just consider joining our Radiant Circle coaching program where we speak to women about these. So, coaching is available. If you are not able to practice this, you don't have to do this alone, or you want a deeper practice. So, you're welcome to explore these options. But for now, let's look at all the 5 techniques, each one of them. Let us look at it in greater detail. The first one is silent sitting. When should you practice this? Before I tell you the technique, let me tell you when you should practice each one of these. Silent sitting is best practiced when you are deeply agitated, when you are deeply angry, when you feel the world is coming crashing down on you, when you feel nobody loves you in this world. Silent sitting enables you to develop inner stillness and clarity. Who does not want inner stillness and clarity? If you did not want inner stillness or clarity, you would not be sitting here with me today. You would not be listening to this podcast. Inner stillness and clarity is absolutely necessary, essential for all of us, because we get trapped by our own emotions. We get trapped by our own stories. We get trapped in the things that we think people should do, people must do, life must be like this, but it is showing up in a very different way. I don't know how to handle this. Silent sitting enables you to develop deep stillness. Through deep stillness, you develop clarity. You want to practice it? Here is what you need to do. Find a place where you can sit down and you won't be disturbed for at least 10 minutes. Take a deep breath. And as you breathe in, make sure you sit as straight as possible. You cannot do this lying down. You have to sit up. So sit straight, your head, neck, and your spine. All of them should be erect. And then you take a long, deep, slow breath. Breathe in as deeply as possible. Sometimes when you breathe in deeply, you feel the breath curling from your toes to the top of your head. Those kind of long breaths you need to take. Pause between breaths. Just pause between breaths. You will see what all is happening inside you. Don't react. The first thing you have to do is not react. So what should you do instead? Instead of reacting, you can consider reflecting on what you're seeing, on what is happening around you. Should you really focus on this? Do you really need this the way it is? Intensely focus just on not participating in anything that is happening around you or anything that is happening inside you. You are just sitting, maybe like a stone, maybe like a tree, maybe like a fossil, but you are just sitting. And your only job in that whole 10 minutes is just to breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. The war will be raging within you. The war will be raging maybe even around you. But you sit silently. The more you cultivate this practice, your inner stillness will give you so much clarity. You will see how these people from outside are manipulating you And your own beliefs are letting them, is providing them with all the raw materials to create that impact on you. Second method is to practice friendliness to self. It's called mitratva. How do you develop this? Most of the time, our view of ourselves is defined by what others are telling us about us. For example, if everybody tells you, wow, you are such a great cook, you feel, oh, I'm a great cook. Just by validation from outside, if you begin to feel, oh, I'm a great cook, then if somebody comes in and they say, I didn't like what you cooked, that sucked, your whole world will collapse. Your entire world will collapse. So we don't want that kind of collapse. So every time you feel your self confidence is wavering, you feel my world is turning upside down, bring in deep self compassion, bring in deep emotional balance by practice of self friendliness. It's an intense practice. Practicing friendliness to self is a very intense practice and it has so many benefits. How do you do that? Some people are comfortable talking to themselves. Some people are like, no, I'm not crazy. I don't talk to myself. So some people like to journal. So what should you journal? What should you talk about to yourself? If you're talking to yourself, you should talk to yourself aloud. And you should talk to yourself in your third person. So you would not write in your journal saying, I love this. No, it should be Rani Iyer loves this. Same way, when you are writing in your journal, it should not be, I think this person is wrong. It should be Rani Iyer thinks this person is wrong. You have to do it in third person. In order to cultivate friendliness to self, first remove that identity of first person, interact with yourself with a distance as a third person. What you will see there is a constant development of self compassion. Oh, Rani did this wrong. Aha, this is where the blind spot is. You discover those things either by talking to yourself or by writing it out. This is a practice you need to do when you are losing self confidence or when you want more self confidence and you don't want to ask anybody else, right? So this practice really helps you there. Let's go to number 3. Number 3 is humming meditation. When do you do this? You do this after an incident has happened and it has shaken you. Your entire nervous system is shaken. You feel cold. You don't know what you feel sometimes. You just feel so anxious. You want to do something about it. It has to leave my system, kind of a situation. But you can't throw things. You are like, let me be mindful about this. when your heart feels hurt, when you feel somebody is emotionally hurting you, and somehow you cannot take it anymore, that is when you practice humming meditation. So it opens your heart center up. In some of the future podcasts, we'll be talking about chakras and how they will support your journey towards resilience. So, when you want to soothe your nervous system, you start with humming meditation. Very simple. Set your timer for 21 minutes and then sit straight with your eyes closed, head, neck, and spine straight. Take a long, deep, slow breath. Steady yourself. Then breathe in through the mouth. And just hum as long, as deep as possible. 21 minutes will go very fast. In the beginning, it will look like a torture. The more and the more you do, the more this vibration will soothe your nervous system. That vibrational healing will happen within you. Deep healing will happen within you. So your nervous system can come back to equilibrium. That is humming meditation. Cultivating mindful movement. This is the fourth technique. Why we need to do this? What is the criteria for using this technique? You have to use this technique when you either feel very lazy or you feel you cannot connect with your body. For example, you're eating mindlessly. No control. You're just going on eating. You're watching TV and eating. You're doing this and eating. You're doing that and eating. Constantly you're eating. You're eating when you're tired. You're eating when you're happy. You're eating when you're hungry. You're eating when you're sleepy. You're eating. Just an example, right? So some of the habits we adopt, like some people do smoking, some people do eating, some people are always like uh, addicted to other kinds of coffee maybe, or they are addicted to just sweets. Um, some people have this intense addiction to baked goods, right? Because they feel it gives them. Your body may not be always asking for solid food. Mindful movement will help you break any of these patterns that you have set for yourself. Anything that has become a habit. Anything that has become a habit can only be broken when we move intensely, mindfully. It can even be the habit of just going and agreeing to everything somebody says. It could be your favorite person, it could be your bitter enemy, it could be a stupid person. But the moment you connect with your body and movement, the moment you connect your body with your body and the moment identify yourself intensely with it, your mind will shift. This is not about real hunger. This is not about real thirst. You begin to realize that. You begin to understand that. This is much more bigger than any of those things. It is just one of the habits I have created. Moving outside of the habits requires you to cultivate awareness of your body and, of course, your breath. And you can do that through mindful movement. You can do things like yoga, you can do jogging, you can do walking, you can do swimming, you can go on treadmill. The choice is yours. There are so many ways to stay physically active. The next important thing and the fifth important way you can technique that you can practice is to become still. You are not only tired, your mind is just racing and you feel defeated. You feel everything has lost its purpose, meaning you are so down. Then the only thing you need to do is to become still. Access deep awareness and mental clarity within you by becoming still. Silent sitting involves you to sit and watch. Becoming still involves you to just focus on staying still. It is a deeper level practice that will give you so much mental clarity. Everything that is happening in the brain, how our thoughts can influence our speech, our behavior, our perception. From that intense space of clarity, you can achieve anything you want in your life. So I hope you found this brief introduction to the 5 powerful consciousness-based methods which will help you to move from resistance to resilience useful. If you need further help in this, we are happy to help you. We are happy to coach you in our coaching program. It's called Radiant Circle. The link is in the description below. You have any questions about this? You have anything that you want to ask about any of the meditation techniques or the resilience or the mindfulness or your well-being, feel free to post your comments there. We answer every comment, we read every comment, and we appreciate you all for your support. So I wish you all to be well, and I end with this Shanti mantra. So wishing all of you to be well. May we grow in our knowledge. May we grow in our resilience. And let us walk away from this darkness that is within our hearts. Asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma mritam gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Thank you all. I will meet you all next week with another episode from the resistance to resilience, where you will learn more techniques. Love you all. Be well. Thank you.